Charles Miller, director of photography. Kenny, Penelope, what do you want to call him? Kenny Falk, our editor. Paul Brill, our music composer. Can't speak this way. Rachel Hamilton, researcher and production associate. Who else is here? And, well, cast. Oh, the cast. Sorry, the cast. And Graham, Reed, and Jocelyn Pickett.
Joan, have you talked to Billy?
Since Billy Sam was my manager since we split up, no, and it kills me.
So sorry.
I see him in the film and it just breaks
So
my heart.
sorry.
Yeah, me too. Do you know him?
No.
If he walked in here now, you would all just love him. He's got a great personality. It kills me.
Joan, in 1963, I was the lighting man and you were the young comic upstairs at the duplex.
Yes.
Hilda Vincent and Robbie Dangerfield. But you were the only one that came in every afternoon and listened to your show and took notes and corrected it. Could you talk about that kind of discipline?
Desperation. It's just, I never, and this sounds, I'm sure that I was good enough. So I always would go I always go the extra mile. Do you know what I'm saying? I never thought I was the brightest one in class. So I worked a little bit harder, if that makes sense. I still do it. I'm tweeting today for Sundance. I have prepared all these stupid little jokes. I've been doing that for a month and a half. So then the Twitter is clever. You know, that's just the way I work, as you saw. So nothing's changed. But how nice to see you. Whatever happened to Rodney?
Over the course of the year that because it's trajectory of the film you couldn't include, or was there something you found, research that you would have loved to have, but because of the length and time didn't come in?
Oh, there was a lot that we shot over the course. What were they? The DVD extras? There was a lot that I can't think of.
The whole television show, How'd You Get So Rich?
She was doing a series. Yeah, she had a series that launched called How'd You Get So Fucking Rich originally. They cut out the fucking. Yeah.
Archivally, there's not much television remaining from the early years. And in fact, so the Cinescope, right, which was where you would train a camera on the television, there are very few of them remaining. Joan had one originally of her first Carson appearance, but I think a manager
that I broke with before Billy burned it.
Okay. So there's very.
He's dead.
So karma and all that. But yeah, so there was a lot of stuff that we knew about that we couldn't find because it doesn't exist. And then we found these interesting. There's an archivist who does just audio, who taped television from the '60s. So things like that. But a lot of the gems are just gone.
The Jack part we had, I was only on once, and that was it. He didn't like me. He went backstage afterwards and he said, I don't believe a word she said. Her father's not a doctor. And he put a line to my name. Well, it shows what a good actress I was. Believe me. Believe, but he didn't believe.
Joan Valerie from WOGL in Philadelphia. We talked a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
You
yes.
morning radio show tours and a testament to how hard you work.
Yes.
But I want to know, did anything ever fly out of your mouth, or come out of your mouth that you didn't expect or regretted or just...
All the time. I work in this place in New York every Wednesday night, the West Bank, and everything. I've been doing hate jokes. Well, you gotta laugh at it. It's so terrible. Their biggest import was, AIDS. And so we had to, see, that's why I haven't brought it out yet. That's I just think let's laugh, and we're still gonna work hard, but let's bring it into our, that we can deal with it.
Joan, where did you get your fabulous sense of humor? Were your parents funny?
Humor is all DNA. You cannot teach it. My father was funny. My grandmother, they tell me stories of funny things she did in Russia. My grandson's very funny. You know, and Melissa's got a grand. Yeah, it's genetic. And then, you have to thank God I was born in New York, where they laugh. Because you always think about I was born in Salt Lake City. It's lovely, but you know what I mean. You're gonna take it a little longer.
Hi, Joan. I'm a stand-up comic towards the beginning of my career. It's an honor to meet you. That you do currently. But I wanted to ask how you went about sort of finding your comic voice in the face of what other people wanted you to do and versus what was in fashion at the time.
A friend of mine said you wear blinders like a horse. I don't know. I never looked for my comedy. You know what I'm saying? I just went out there and said what I thought was funny. And God bless. I'll tell you who the first people are: the gay community. If you're the gay community, if you are a girl performer, start there. Start, because they will laugh. They get it, and then you move out. But you always know in your heart what's funny. And tape everything. I tape to this day, I tape everything, and then I go home and I listen, because you've said it right one night, and the next night it didn't work so well, because you didn't say it the same way. Tape everything.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yourself, do you have an all-time favorite comedian?
No. There's so many good ones. Right now, I'm in love with everybody. It's Little Britain. The Office, Ricky. I can't remember his name. Gervais is so brilliant. I think Sarah Silverman's great. I think my darling friend Kathy's so wonderful. There are a lot of very. There's a new girl out, Lynn Coplitz, that nobody's heard of yet, and she is waiting. If I had the Tonight Show, she would be on the Tonight Show. She is so ready to be picked. So good.
There are a couple here, we'll come over there.
So, whose idea was it to make the film? And how did it all happen?
I had met Joan twice. I think it was about twice through my parents. And
I'm very good friends with her mother, who's very jealous.
And it was fairly spontaneous. I basically just called you up and said, do you want to have this documentary? And Joan was like, sure, why not? And then we're like, well, wait, do you know what this entails? You know, being there at 6 in the morning, no hair and makeup, and blah, blah. And she's like, you basically said it. She spent her life in front of the cameras, and she gets it more than anybody. And she truly did, and she never once closed the door on us. And in fact, I would say it was more Jocelyn and Graham who would try to put the barriers up and say like, well, we don't know. And then if we had ever had a problem, we would go to Joan and say, can't we get into this meeting? Joan always said yes.
Yeah. If you're doing a documentary, there should be a documentary. If you want to see everybody ass kissing you, go watch Bravo. You know, what is it? Bio. What do they call it now? Biography, which is lovely, but everybody says wonderful things about everybody, and that's not a real documentary, so that's stupid.